whoever's watching this, I hope you're doing well. You know, if you're someone who watches my channel, if you're one of like my 4 subscribers, or like I don't even know how many subscribers I have, maybe like 8 or whatever. You know, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, you know, there's someone who's willing to like get advice from me and, you know, learn from me. And I guess what I wanted to talk about today is how you should never lose sight of your goals in life. And I know that's super like, oh wow, Captain Obvious, yeah, no shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just like a very like cliche kind of Captain Obvious-esque thing to say, but like it's true, you know what I mean? Because in this life we get so busy, and honestly we get scared. I feel like fear is the biggest factor when it comes to, you know, not pursuing something, because let's be real, life is fucking difficult, man. Like, there's so many factors you need to consider, so many things you need to, you know, keep in mind. So much you have to do, so much risk you have to take. Are you willing to take this risk for this reward, you know? And I'm talking about like passions, I'm talking about dreams, I'm talking about, you know, finding the right person. I'm just talking about like things that, you know, you might want to do in your life, and how, you know, you might not want to do those things because you're scared. You're scared about, what if this doesn't work out? What if I get hurt? What if I'm not cut out for this? Like, there's already like a million people better than me doing this. What chance do I have? You know? And that's one thing that, you know, really, like, at least like the people I know, right, is that as someone, I'm someone who likes to make games. I like to make 3D art. I like to make videos, art. I'm always making this stuff, and then my peers are always like, yeah, you did this, it's okay, but like this guy on YouTube did it so much better. And that's a double-edged sword, and I'll tell you why. The pros about that is that it's inspiring, and that you're seeing like, oh wow, like, you know, I really gotta up my game. You know, seeing this, it almost like motivates you to, you know, work a little bit harder, or I guess you could say, you know, take inspiration. But then again, wow, there's so many people at the bus stop. What the hell? Okay, yeah, sorry. But then again, you might get discouraged. Like, sometimes, if you want to enter something new, let's say, I don't know, you want to start, I guess, like karate or whatever, right? And then you go on YouTube, you go on Instagram, and then you see, you know what, I'm not going to use karate because that's not really like as relatable as like maybe like bodybuilding. Let's say you want to get in the gym, you know, let's say you want to get like in shape. You might get overwhelmed looking at yourself in the mirror in day 0, seeing, you know, a shape that you're not really happy with, and you go on Instagram and there's all these fucking bodybuilders who are jacked up to shit, and you're thinking, man, I'm never gonna get there. What's the point of even starting? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why should I even do this? Like, I'm obviously outclassed. There's already people who have been doing this for such a long time, and they're so much better than me. What chance do I have at this? And, well, yeah, like, they've been doing that for a long time. So that's good. Like, that's motivation. But then also, again, you can't trust everything you see on social media. Oftentimes those guys are roided up, or lighting and camera angles, and, you know, the different positions they go into emphasizes muscles where that's not a realistic proportion. And so you're feeling discouraged because you're working hard, you're trying to get there, and you don't see results. And you see all these people online, oh, I got this in like 2-3 weeks, but oftentimes it's a facade. And I'm not even just talking about bodybuilding, I'm talking about anything in life, like career-wise. Let's say you want to work in games. You see there's people out here making indie games and out here like getting successful, and you know, it motivates you, but it discourages you in a way because you get overwhelmed, and you know, it's scary to try to play catch up. And one thing I gotta say to that is it's good to reflect. It's good to, you know, take these things into consideration because it means that you're proactively thinking about this. But then you can't give up. You can't give up. If you really want something, no matter what you do, you can't give up. I said this in a video earlier, and I'm gonna say it again. You can't lose if you never give up. Don't stop trying. Pick back up the pencil, pick back up the keyboard, pick back up the weights. You are capable of so much as long as you figure out where to apply your energy. Don't apply energy in things that don't matter to you. A lot of times people tell me that they don't have time in their days. Like, you know, like they can't make time to go to the gym, or they can't work on their dream project. And you know, I'm very blessed. I'm off for the summer right now. You know, I have a lot of free time on my hands. I'm not in school. People are working full-time jobs. People are working their asses off. You know, people have to provide for their families. There is so many factors to take into consideration, but you can always make time for something, unless like you're absolutely like packed to the brim, you know, like with responsibilities carrying on your shoulders. But you know, if you're like a jit, like I'm not really a jit anymore, I'm 20 years old, but if you're younger, I'm getting old, I guess, like, I don't know, you're in high school or in university or college, and even just like around that age group where, like, you know, you still have like someone providing for you, or even if you live on your own, you know, you can find time in your day, especially before like family and like, you know, relationship and whatever comes into your life, you know. That time is so valuable right now. Like, I don't even know, I'm just gonna assume your situation is that like you're just by yourself and you know, like you have a little bit of time on your hands. This time is so valuable before you find somebody. Use it, because I promise you, life is already blessing you. You don't realize how blessed you are to have this time on your hands. Use the time you are given. Use it, because time can go away instantly. You know, God can kill you anytime. Inshallah, you know, that doesn't happen. You know, you'll live a long and prosperous life, but life can end at any moment. You never know when your last drive in the car is, when your last sleep, when your last time you sleep is, when the last time you're gonna go to the gym. And with that mindset, you might be asking, then what's the point of doing anything if I could just die? You know, I'm just gonna fucking play video games all day and, like, you know, smoke weed and just, you know, live my life. But I gotta say to that again, my answer to that is always, well, what if it isn't your last day? Then are you prepared for the next? Are you doing what you need to do to further benefit your life? And if that means going to the gym, if that means taking care of your health, if that means working on your career, if that means taking that chance and going to talk to that girl, if that means, you know, making the right choice, investing in the right thing, starting that business, starting that goal, then you know what you got to do already. Work hard. Work till the sun come down. Wake up, do it all over again. wake up, do it all over again. Keep going. You are capable of so much and you don't even know it. You're not working your 100%. Nobody is ever working their 100%. You can do so much more. Let me know down in the comments what you're going to be doing. And I'm going to keep you guys updated on what I'm doing. Thank you.